Hello guys. As you know, I came back to Russia for my winter holidays and I'm living in Moscow. And I came from Jyväskylä where I study now at the Finnish University. It's at the central Finland. And I really had so different feelings about my city now, about Moscow. So I decided to shoot a video about my feelings and I would try to compare these two cities. Of course, it's quite obvious that the feelings about the cities are very different because the cities actually are very different. In comparison to Moscow, I think Jyväskylä is more like a village because of people living there, because of its territory, because of the way of living. So let's start. I think it's better to start with my feelings about Moscow right now. When I came back here, I felt that it's so different place and I felt how the city really influences people. I have never thought about it before when I was living at the same place for 18 years, but when I changed the place and came back, I was so surprised to understand that the place where you live in influences you so much. You can feel like another person when you live in another place, and I think it works for everyone like this, but I was just surprised by these thoughts and by these feelings. So when I came back here, I felt extremely uncomfortable in Moscow this time because of different factors. Let's compare different points briefly so that you understand better what I'm talking about. The first thing is that I already mentioned is hustle and bustle of the big city, like noises everywhere, there are a lot of people everywhere and sometimes you do not really feel comfortable with it. And in Jyväskylä, it's tranquility, I can say, because I literally live in the forest. and nearby I have the lake, and you can actually understand the difference between these places. They're very different in a way. You feel they are more comfortable, more calm, like nature is around, and a lot of people, a lot of noise, and all this stuff. The second thing is also connected with this tranquility and hustle and bustle, but it concerns food more, surprisingly. I noticed that I started to eat slower in Finland, and pay attention to this thing also because when we feel slower, it means that we are calmer, that we feel like we have time to do it and to digest everything well, and then do our other things, other stuff. But here in Moscow, I remember back at school, I ate faster because I always had this lack of time. I needed to go there, and it took time, and I have to do my homework and all this stuff, and you always live in this hurry. The third point, it's even hard to explain for me it in Russian, but I will try to do it in English now. That here it's dirtier, and not in a way again that it's dirty in Moscow, it's garbage everywhere. No, it's rather clean, but I don't know how it works like this. For example, when the snow melts in Finland, yes, it's not the best weather, it's not the best time to go out, but anyway, you can go out and you won't feel this dirtiness, that everything is so dirty and snow is combined with dirt and everything is so uncomfortable. No, I don't have there such a feeling, but here in Moscow I have such a feeling. When you're driving the car, not me but with someone else, when someone is driving the car and you're sitting there, you see all these dirty roads covered with this dirt and when the snow melts, it's even worse because you do not even want to go outside. I don't know how to explain it, but this feeling is very different and I don't really understand how it works because I don't even know what it depends on. but it feels completely different. Maybe because of the ecology or something else, I don't know. The next point, I won't expect myself to say it here because in my previous video about Finnish people, I said that it's so strange that they respect their personal space and that they go far away from each other, not to stay nearby. And now I'm not completely agreeing with this, that sometimes it's still strange for me, but to some extent I can agree with it that it feels so much more comfortable, because here in Moscow metro, in buses, in shopping centers, in shops, and even in the streets, I can feel that I don't like it. People are coming so close to you, and you think that at least because of the COVID-19, you can go a little bit further from me. And I feel this now, especially in public transport and in the shopping centers. And during this New Year holidays, we have a lot of people there, and no one really respects your personal space. No, people here do not know about this. And now I understand what it is to respect other people's personal space and how it's more comfortable in some cases, of course. So yes, I miss it. The next thing to mention is time and roads. After Jyväskylä, where you can like literally drive the whole city for 1 hour, here in Moscow it takes so much time to go somewhere, and you're always on the road, you're always driving, and you spend so much time on it, so you waste actually so much time of your life just to get to some places. And I felt it earlier, but I didn't feel this difference so much. Now after a small city, after Jyväskylä, I really don't like this thing, because I understand how much time is wasted, and it makes me annoyed, and maybe it also leads to the fact that you do not want to go anywhere because you understand how much time you will have to waste on it. And the last thing is more connected with myself, not with the cities. But anyway, here I live with parents, and I feel more like a child here, because parents, they always care about you and they try to help you in everything, and you do not feel this independence like there. And in Finland, of course, I have to feel, and I feel more like an adult, because I have to cope with problems on my own, and I have to buy products to clean the house, to cook, to understand how to spend money. Of course, I'm not financially independent from my parents right now, but I hope I will start to change it soon. But it's rather hard to find a word there. But anyway, and I think that, of course, I miss my parents so much, and I'm so happy to be here with them now. But I feel more comfortable when I have more freedom, and I think it's a great thing to give children independence. Of course, if you're sure about their abilities to live alone, to give this independence, because they become more responsible earlier, and they understand how to live actually earlier. So that's all I wanted to tell you today about these two cities, about my feelings. I hope it was interesting for you, and if you want, you can also write in the comments below where you live, and what do you feel about the city, whether you like to change your place of living, or even if you changed your places of living, which one feels better. I think it will be very interesting for me and for other people. So thank you for watching this video again, and goodbye.